Oh, and yes, Diana, this game definitely goes hard. How's it hanging, dudes and dudettes? I know I shouldn't be uploading on the same day as all the big tubers, you know what I'm saying? Uploading all their new gameplay on CS2, but it's been, what, 4 days due to me getting myself sick. So maybe with your guys' help, we can get this like button robbed and put in its place and, see how well we can get this video going. You know what I mean? So with all the huge new gameplay floating around, we can really get a good idea of how great this game is going to be. I encourage you guys to skim through everyone's videos because we will be breaking it all down in the days to come. So first thing I noticed was just how well some of the traffic feels. Like the president's mod's little brother, you know what I mean? Which is awesome. And we even have some sort of the beloved precision engineering mod built in, which got me thinking, when we actually get mods for this game, then it will actually make this game like a sort of game of the year groundbreaking style of city builder. Like, true to its word, the most realistic city builder to date, right? You see, with so much fixed in this game compared to its predecessor, this will open a huge door into what mods and assets can do for us. No longer will mods exist to fix the game, albeit some things need to be fixed, but primarily there will just be a lot of quality of life additions that will sort of be optional because the game is already so advanced. So I want all of you to go down below and list what mods or assets you think we need. If you agree with my list, that's cool, or maybe you prefer something different. Let us know down below. Let's get started. First of all, I'd like to show you this screenshot that a subscriber posted in our community Discord. Yeah! And if you would like to see your snippets featured, please join Discord, and whatever you guys find, hey, you might make it into a video. Link is in the pinned comment. This map is huge. You can see it is vast. So the first mod I am hoping for is the new version of the 81 tiles mod, so we can get that extra bit of land around the sides and edges there. If the modders did it before, they can do it again, even if it's a little bit of extra space. While we have so much room already, having that extra bit will be crucial for some builds. With the building to map scale being different, it will only be too much area for some casuals to fill in the whole map, let alone with like the new version of 81 tiles mod, right? I wonder what would they call the new version of 81 tiles mod, but I definitely think it'd just be handy to have. There are going to be some things where you want a small town way on the outskirts of town, right? Maybe you do a small county build. This game is going to allow for so much more, and having that extra bit of land might make the difference. Anyway, on to the next one. This has got to be the Find It mod. I mean, I know, right? For anyone who's living under a rock, this mod in particular will make your prop placing go 100 times faster and smoother. You can simply search for everything and anything instead of this panel menu style hunt and find thing mini game we have, right? You would think that they would already have incorporated this into the second game, but maybe they're leaving something for the modders to add, huh? So, searching for all your signature buildings and various road types separate from props and stuff will be especially useful with this mod, and I'm sure we will download a bunch of assets as soon as they all come out, right? And this just makes it easier to find, which brings me to my third selection. Assets are in the game. You can see them. Maybe I'll make a video again about it. Props are in this game as part of almost every service and signature building. Regardless of if they give us vanilla props at launch or not, I'm sure we will all be downloading so many assets either from Paradox or Steam. I could list assets all day for hours, but this video will be long and boring and there's really no point, so I'll let you guys all do that for us down below. But you know what goes great with every asset? Yep, that's right, a little mod we like to call Bob. Now, Bob will allow us to pick apart assets, move them, delete them, sometimes add certain props in for every building, sometimes. For any hardcore builder, this will be a must-have mod. I, for one, will be using the new version of Bob to get rid of all the billboards plastered on 35% of the high-rises. You know what I mean? Like, it's like the 35% of the surface area has to be covered on every building with these freaking billboards. I hate that. That's just my own personal gripe. It's not that big of a deal. But Bob is God's gift to Cities Skylines, and that is for sure. So we definitely need this. Get on it, people. Come on, modders. You guys got this. Now, for the second to the last thing I like to mention is Move It. Moving things are much more forgiving in this game, but the mod will still be needed. This mod will have to be overhauled though, so it's kind of like a perfect public service announcement for the mod, I guess, because imagine moving this huge pre-drawn out landfill. That, I mean, that's the sound of bugs incoming for sure. But Move It will be useful for things, you know, for precision placement and getting certain buildings just right, you know. And okay, for the last thing, we need overhauled trees, seasonal trees, no hitbox trees, optional button for disabled tree ontogeny, and for those in the back, that's making the baby trees full grown. And last but certainly not least, is a better tree brush painter. I wonder if there's going to be like tree limit in this game like the last one. So if that, put that on the tree thingy. That's one of the biggest gripes from the community, is just the trees. Some of their design choices don't really make much sense. I like that the trees grow, but it shouldn't be mandatory, because, you know, if you can landscape your entire map from the get-go with no cost, well, why can't you have full-grown trees, or at least just have the option to turn that off? You know what I mean? So that's another some sort of tree mod is got to. This is my own personal thing. It's got to be in there, right? I could go on, but I think this is enough to truly evaluate what is already an insane game and complete it as actually going to be groundbreaking. I know Game of the Year awards don't factor in mods and stuff like that, but if they did, this game is Game of the Year and next year, right? There are other things that could be fixed or added, but we have to give them some time, as we know Cities is one of those games that gets the bulk of its content over time. Some people aren't a fan of that, but I, for one, am. I don't mind shelling out a few extra bucks every couple months, especially with I'm not sure how it's going to work with the expansion pass, but I don't mind shelling out a few extra bucks because I know that we're going to get quality stuff. We've already got bits and pieces of every single DLC from Cities 1 all rolled into one in Cities Skylines 2. So imagine how much room they have for improvement on New Industries DLC or a Harbor DLC. There's so much stuff that could be happening. So much stuff down the pipeline. We know this game is going to be supported for years, and if you're not boneheaded to understand how lucky you are for that, you know, then you got to do a little more research, because this game will be insane in about 6 months to a year, I promise you. So please go down below and let's think of up some ideas, some stuff, dudes. I mean, I'm sure modders watch these videos, you know what I mean? So let's give them some ideas. And I have another video coming out soon about some of the broken mechanics in Cities Skylines 2. But now I'm just glad to be back with you crazy people. So if you learned something new or got inspired at all, please consider subscribing. Like or dislike, it don't really matter. It all helps, no worries, right? I'll have some other member video coming out soon for those who are in the club. If you're not in the club, get in the club. And until next time, piss off.
2 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. I like good pussy and I like good trees. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe, and I get more ass than a toilet seat. 3 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. I met a bad bitch last night in the D. Let me tell you how I made her leave with me. Conversation and Hennessy.